From their self-titled debut album, that's the London band Republica with Ready to Go, here on 120 Minutes.
Yeah, we're the Butthole Surfers, and we're guest hosting tonight. We're going to answer another one of your questions.
Well, it seems here that Josh Koftal from Seattle, Washington, the former grunge capital of the world, virtually wrote, if you could be in any profession besides music, what would it be?
I'd rather be a septathlete.
And what is this, a septathlete, Mr. Haynes?
Those are the people that compete in a three-category staged event that can last as long from anywhere from 5 minutes to hundreds of years. It's where you build a canoe, sew on a button, and teach a dog to sit.
And a mighty fine profession that must be.
Yeah, you make lots of money, and you get to die when you're old.
If you want to be just like Josh, and Lord we all do, the email address is minutes120, not 120 minutes, but minutes120 at AOL.com.
/ the world.
There you go.
Right now, it's a brand new one from the Silver Lake, California band Lifter. This is the second clip off their album, Melinda. Everything was beautiful and nothing hurts.
Whoa!
It's for a song called Headshot. The video features a bunch of familiar faces from the California music scene. Check it out. See how many you recognize. This is Lifter on 120 Minutes.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
We're good.
Welcome back to 120 Minutes. We're Electronic Hot Dog Closet.
No, we're the...
Butthole Surfers.
Oh.
We're your guest host tonight.
You know, in this day and age, people really seem to like email. And Dan Miller actually, Dan Miller says hello, but Hervé Pierre...
Hervé
Pierre in Charleston, South Carolina says, hey, Gibby. Or it could be say, hey, Gibby. Have you been in any other movies besides Dead Man? And do you plan to be in any more in the future?
Well, King, Paul, you know, the interesting thing about that is that albinos actually have black skeletons. People who do not have albinoism have white skeletons, and albinos have black skeletons.
What about albinos that are what do you say for outside skeleton?
Exoskeleton?
Yeah.
Exoskeletal albinism does not exist.
Oh.
Well, if you want to be just like Hervé, the email address is minutes120 at AOL.com.
/ the world.
Perpetuality.
King taught me that.
Yes.
Up next.
It's a brand new one from...
an Illinois duo called Local H. Their second album is titled As Good as Dead, and here's the priest. Here's the first video off it. It's called Bound for the Floor.
Woo.
And Going to the Door. Hey, here it is. Hello. From the soundtrack of the upcoming film The Crow, City of Angels, that's Filter with Headshot here on 120 Minutes.
120 Minions. The movie will be opening up on Labor Day weekend, but the record will hit stores this Tuesday.
What's a minion?
It's not us, but we are the Butthole Surfers, and
otherwise
we're
known
hosting the
as...
show tonight.
We're also...
Stick around here, because right after the break, it's a brand new one from Patti Smith.
Smythe?
Golly, I suck.
Hi, I'm Matthew.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ira. And we're Not a Surf, and you're watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
We are the Talent Brothers. This is Talent Ted and Talent Les.
And no,
We are pathetic silver athletes in sports that nobody cares about, also known as the Butthole Surfers. And we find ourselves guest hosting this evening's episode of 120 Minutes.
Read and answer email.
Good idea.
For some reason, Diego
Rivera
Hayes says hello in Dallas, Texas. Hello, Diego.
Yeah, Diego.
But Kate Lane in New Haven, Connecticut wants to know what other bands in music we listen to?
I listen to cosmetic tooth removal.
Ah, cosmetic tooth removal.
One of my favorites. And the Againsters.
I like the Againsters myself.
But what's the difference between the Againsters and the Againsters?
Well, the Againsters are into Warmed Dwarf, and the Againsters are into Warmed Dwarf.
Ah.
And the Againsters are into doing it again and again, and the Againsters are against everything. And Warmed Dwarf,
Do these bands play together or something, or?
we just made it up, and it's a lame comedy bit on 120 minutes. And we'll imitate Brando from here on out.
Because we're not very well-trained monkeys, and we are pathetic silver athletes in sports that nobody cares about.
Next, we'll be picking tea leaves at high altitudes where no other human would go.
Are you confusing me with a pathetic sober athlete?
Yes, I am.
Well-
The email address is minutes120@aol.com.
/
Perpetuality / 4,000 years into the future. Up next, it's a brand new one from
Legendary.
singer-songwriter and spoken word artist.
Patti Smith.
Smythe.
Her first album in 8 years is called Gone Again, and it features appearances from Tom Verlaine, from
TV.
and John Cale, who wrote Cocaine. Just kidding, John. That'd be JJ. Whoa. And Jeff Buckley. This is the first clip off it. It's called Summer Cannibals, which is Slabanak backwards. That would be cannibal backwards. Of course, summer backwards is Rimas.
I'm Vic,
And I'm Vic.
and together we're Vic.
One big Vic, and you're watching
120 minutes.
on MTV.
TV network.
Hello, the best part of waking up is getting inside Folger's cup.
We are the small, hollow shell. And be sure to check out 120 Minutes next week when Victoria Williams and Vic Chestnut will talk about the latest Sweet Relief Benefit album.
We're the Butthole Surfers, and we've been guest hosting tonight. The final video on the show is from an 18-year-old phenom, singer/songwriter, dancer/actress, named Fiona Apple, who grew up in New York City but now lives in the City of Angels. She's been writing songs since she was 8 years old and has just released her debut album called Title, which is Let It backwards. And here's the first clip off it. It's called Shadowboxer, which is Rexab Whatabus backwards. If I could save scabs in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is save every scab till eternity passes away, and then I'd eat them with you.
That's Fiona Apple with Shadowboxer, the final video on 120 Minutes tonight.
Be sure to check out the show next Sunday when Victoria Williams, Vic Chestnut, and a bunch of other swell artists talk about their involvement in the new Sweet Relief Benefit album.
Send your comments, suggestions, and cult classic requests to 1515 Broadway, New York, New York. That's 10036, New York, New York. 10036, or send them to 120 America online email address at
minutes120@aol.com.
We are not Vic Chestnut, but I love to say Vic Chestnut.
I'll say,
We are REO Speedwagon.
No, we are the Butthole Surfers.
Oh.
and we've been guest hosting 120 minutes tonight. Thanks for watching. If you're up now, you're in trouble. Good night.
Good morning, it's Susie Pinfield, and I hope you enjoyed the Butthole Surfers on 120. Coming up this hour, we've got Beck, Robert Miles, Pearl